Hi everyone, just a brief quickie that I did after I saw this wonderful and inspiring video for International Women's Day on YouTube Spotlight. Just looking at the thumbnail for this video, I see, two Muslim women, two black women, one Ellen DeGeneres, and one girl with problem hair. Should be inspiring. Actually, the number of snarky comments and downvotes on this video are actually certainly inspiring to me. That and the fact that the comments are coming about 50 times faster than the caged gerbils at YouTube can delete them. But I'm going to watch this video myself and absorb its message into my brain. Because what would International Women's Day be without YouTube propaganda?
When we're connected?
Really? You're going right to the exploitation of kids for this, huh? You're not even going to ease us into this. Okay.
When we're connected, it means we all believe in each other. And I believe that you can do whatever you want, whenever you want.
And I believe that children are our future. Which means we're pretty much fucked. Thanks, feminism.
So do it.
I realized that I had a purpose, and it wasn't just about me.
No, it was about cheap publicity and virtue signaling. That's why you got the Medal of Freedom, Ellen. It's an honor and privilege so special that he also gave it to Michael Jordan and Bruce Springsteen. Feel proud. You got the Presidential Participation Award.
Together we can show the world how awesome it is to support one another and build women up.
Support one another and build women up. Support one another and build women up. Support one another and build women up. You really don't see what you just did there, do you?
There is nothing more powerful than a group of determined sisters.
Which is why women have been oppressed for all of human history, right? That's what you think, right? For fuck's sakes, you can't have it both ways. You people are such intellectual sluts, you'll have it every way in the worst possible way.
I can't keep quiet.
Let us fight with love.
More cheap exploitation of children and childish optimism. Whew! It's been a whole 25 seconds since we last did that.
When somebody underestimated me, it made me want to prove them wrong.
Okay, I actually thought up several different responses to this one, but I couldn't decide which one I actually liked, so I went with all of them.
When somebody underestimated me, it made me want to prove them wrong.
And it was exactly that hard work that made Bush's foreign policy the success that it was.
When somebody underestimated me, it made me want to prove them wrong.
Really? How low is the estimate that you still managed to limbo under that bar? I mean, I'm no great moral benchmark, but I've never been called to answer for human rights violations. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, maybe you should have aimed just like a tad higher than strapping electrodes to Arabian nipples in a CIA sex dungeon.
When somebody underestimated me, it made me want to prove them wrong.
And fortunately, America knew nothing but safety and security under your careful watch.
When somebody underestimated me, it made me want to prove them wrong.
Good for you, Michelle. When someone claimed you couldn't turn the leader of the free world into a total beta male cuck, you never let that stop you. Bravo! Huh? Oh, sorry, Condi. I mistook you for someone more relevant.
You know what? Perfection isn't real.
Unless you're seeking perfect 50-50 representation. Then, it's totally achievable.
You are great. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks of you.
Good advice for those who happen to look like you do and be wrong about everything.
So many people around the world have a very negative idea of what Muslim women are like. It's pretty simple. We're awesome.
Which explains perfectly why your opinion is so heavily valued within your chosen faith.
I'm not a lone voice.
Wait a minute. Is that Francesca Ramsey? Seriously, did you seriously just put Francesca Ramsey in this? Okay, fuck you. No, seriously, fuck all of you guys at YouTube Spotlight. If her voice is your voice, then your voice is that of a racist supremacist who embarrasses her own race with her portrayal of them. Again, fuck you guys.
I'm not a lone voice. I am many. I am Malala. But I'm also Shazia. I'm Kainat.
Dissociative identity disorder is a very serious condition, and you should be looking into treatments for it.
I'm Kainat Somro. I'm Mozoon. I am Amina.
Fuck, how many bitches do you have in that head of yours?
And today, I'm not raising my voice. It is the voice of those 66 million girls.
Unless your name happens to be Lauren Southern, Cassie J, Karen Strawn, Christina Hoff Summers, or any woman in Gamergate. 'Cause, fuck those whores. They're just trying to get men to fuck them, which is, totally a problem that women like Lauren Southern and Cassie J have. I mean, let's be honest here, and you guys back me up on this. Regardless of these women's politics, I would crawl across broken glass just to suck the cocks of the last guys that fucked them. Okay, jokes aside for a moment, you know what I find interesting about all this? All of these inspiring women that we're supposed to praise in this, or who are being held up? You know what they have in common? Despite all being so diverse in race, ethnicity, and sexual orientation that's like the leftovers from the Ku Klux Klan's Crayola box? These are all completely useless women. Marie Curie, among her many other distinctions, is one of only 2 people to have received 2 Nobel Prizes for different fields of science. Harriet Tubman was a spy and a scout for the U.S. Army during the Civil War, and led over 70 families to freedom on the Underground Railroad. Billie Holiday was one of the most influential musicians ever, especially in regards to the jazz scene. She is considered the greatest and most expressive person to ever sing in the genre, and is still widely sold even 70 years after her death. I just mentioned this to illustrate the fact that on International Women's Day, the day that is supposed to be about celebrating inspiring women, they are opting out of Marie Curie, Harriet Tubman, and Billie Holiday for Black Hitler Barbie, Secretary Clink, and that Hansen brother who played a lesbian on TV for 5 seasons. What's that? Really? You're fucking kidding me. Even Kotaku and Polygon are trying to throw their virtue signals into the ring. Kotaku editor-in-chief Stephen Totilo wrote an article on the site cucking about regarding how all of the wonderful women of Kotaku were on strike for the day. Which would mean fewer articles being put out today. Because wouldn't that be a tragedy? Okay, Stephen, first off, just between you and me here. If your employees are taking the day off, and it's with the permission of management, that's not a strike, it's a fucking vacation. Second off, the next time any one of you fuckers at that site harps on about how women earn less than men, I want you to ask yourselves this. How many men do you think went on strike on International Men's Day? And third, Stephen, you have only 3 or 4 women on Kotaku in any kind of real management or useful positions, out of about 24 of you at the top. So who cares if the women take the day off? They do nothing important. Clearly the site runs just fine without them, because you had to go out of your way to point out to us that they took the day off. You, the editor-in-chief, the head honcho himself, just stepped up and started writing yourself to fill in the void vacated by your female writers. So either the men that work there are so hyper-competent that the women are ultimately superfluous, or the women who work for you contribute so little of necessity that it's impossible to tell if they're there or not. Hence the flaw of this whole Women's March thing. The idea is supposed to be to raise awareness about the value that women contribute to society. Well, okay, your kind of women, let's be honest here. And you're doing exactly that, showing just how much value feminist women contribute to society. Bravo. Later.